Hey, shalom, shalom. How y'all doing? It's your brother Zamar with Deal Damn Crown Thinking. I hope y'all doing well. Alright, this video is sponsored by Rafa Roots. Make sure y'all tap in with Rafa Roots. Been on my parasite cleanse, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's working. You feel me? So I definitely want y'all to hit the link in the description. Make sure y'all tap in with them. Go order you something. It's gonna have that men's bundle that's gonna pop up on the screen too. Alright, boom. Now that you just saying that, I also want to shout out my brother Nick out there in Tennessee. FSP, forever staying positive. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that brother. I see you doing your work to give a different dynamic to the community, in the brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Just brothers just picking up the right mindset, you know what I'm saying, to do the right thing in the community, man, cause we need it. Alright, but with that being said, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, you know what I'm saying, share, agree, disagree, do what you do. Just tap in, you know what I'm saying, like I be saying, tap in. I also want to shout out my beautiful babies, man. I love them little dudes. But anyways, thank y'all for tapping in. I want to talk about something, man. It's a lot of things going on in the community, bro. I really have a big heart for just the people, you know what I'm saying? And knowing that I came out of the midst of that too, so I can never forget where I came from, with that being said, where I could have been, you know what I'm saying? There were areas that I was more fortunate and blessed than other people, to have a different circumstance, but at the end of the day, there are still dynamics, and I would even go as far to say that whether you agree or disagree, our people got generational curses that's resting on them. Truth be told, a lot of our young men don't really have people around them to help them develop, to help them to grow, to help them to evolve, to help them see life at a different angle, to see things from the right angle and view. But unfortunately, after generations of lies, after generations of being, being told that we are less than, being told that we are niggas, and this dynamic that come with that. Now we can go into the history and knowing that that word is a word that could mean king or royalty from that dynamic. You know what I'm saying? I do get that. But from the paradigm that we see it here in America, that paradigm is not what we have come into the knowledge of. You know what I'm saying? It's very derogatory. So with that being said, I want to say that I think it is important for us as, I'm still fairly young as a black man, and I like to definitely share that it's a way out, bro. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes the way out is getting away from the environment that you in, first of all. Second of all, too, you gotta be open for change. You gotta be open for change, I do know that with me as a young man, I used to be frustrated, especially when I got wisdom from people and I just felt like they was disregarding the current circumstance and state that I was in, and not acknowledging certain factors that made me the way that I was, young brother. But this is the thing. You gotta hear wisdom, you know what I'm saying? Because I do think that it's important for you to know that a lot of times when these older men are trying to correct you and help you see life in a different lens, understand that we've been trained to hold on to our respect because that's all we got as black men. And you would think that I'm saying something that was common sense. Like, what you mean, hold on to our respect? Every man should hold on to respect. You should. But what I'm saying is, this is how far the respect been gone. And you gotta get to the point where if you feel like a man don't respect you, sometimes you don't gotta step out of character and make a decision that's gonna influence your life for the rest of your life. So hear the elders who are telling you that you gotta change from the right ear. But I'm gonna touch on some areas just to let you know that I empathize. I understand where you're coming from. But the truth be told, at the end of the day, man, it's gotten to the point now where we got drill music that's promoting the detriment of you your sons. That's promoting the detriment of everything that look like you, about you, every single thing, the detriment of it. You got people who invest and create generational wealth off of your generation being demolished. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hate each other. You know, you despise each other. But brother, look, just think that out, man. It ain't that deep. You know, when you really just step out of the fishbowl and you realize that life is bigger than this fishbowl that you used to, and you get so stuck there because somebody get their lick, you want to get your lick back. Somebody get their lick, you want to get your lick back. Somebody get their lick, you want to get your lick back. And all of a sudden you realize, bro, these brothers is knocking each other off. You know what I'm saying? When we more than that. Way more than that, bro. We are a people of dignity. We are a people that upheld honor at some point. You know what I'm saying? But we done got to the point where our dignity and honor has become the most base things. Killing each other, bro. That's all we got. You know, but let's look at the bigger picture, man. When that elder giving you that wisdom, like, young brother, you gotta change your life. Young brother, you need to get this skill. Young brother, you need to do this, you need to do that. That is, man, listen to him. And I do try to be mindful that at the end of the day, the stuff and the issues and the circumstances that we had didn't pop up out of nowhere. These are not issues that just sprung up. These issues came from what our elders left us. You know, and a lot of times I do go back and I really enjoy listening to it's this show called Original OG. It's a pretty good show, but I watch and I listen to a lot of them elders who was in the time when a lot of these organizations that we get into that take us off path, but a lot of those things were framed off of young men who wanted to make a change, young men who wanted a structure, and young men who wanted to hold on to something. A lot of them did get into crimes and stuff. First, we gotta know that a lot of the gangs was modeled off of Italian gangsters. Italian gangsters, the whole swag and everything we used to have was modeled off of that because this was our idea of seeing that model of a rebel, you know, toward this system that we in. But then on the flip side, we gotta understand that we were deprived as a people, deprived from resources, deprived from love in the home because of the domino effect of what slavery did to us, the domino effect of what they told you was, the domino effect of what you lacked as a people, and this stuff continued throughout the generations. So this go with anything that you establish. A man and a woman can get married, and if that man or that woman is so broken, eventually it will dilute the house. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it come back down to, like healing for us as a people. Bro, you gotta slow down, man. You gotta slow down and think before you make a decision that's gonna mess up your whole life, bro. It ain't no honor. I don't care what nobody say. Think about the snitching culture. Let's take it back. I think about this oftentimes. But when I think about snitching, right? We've made snitching such a dishonor when we don't even look at the history of snitching. Just think about it. Let's think about it today. You will make a man dishonorable because he's a rat and he told on you in a situation where, and it don't matter what the circumstance is, y'all could have been beefing with some dudes, but y'all don't even know how to handle no real beef for real. Y'all gon' anywhere, smash on sight, shoot at a crowd, get the switch and switch cheese everybody. You just shooting your gun and you hitting people that ain't got nothing to do with your situation. What's honorary about that? I don't care if this your brother. You know what I'm saying? I hold that man accountable for his actions that he's done. But this is the truth that, you know what I'm saying? We've started to glorify the most debased things that we can uphold. The most debased things. Y'all killing children and it still be like, man, it don't matter. I'm gonna get my ops. You know what I'm saying? This how low we done got. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this to make nobody feel like I'm trying to come at them, but I'm just trying to give a different paradigm, give a greater understanding of why this is a problem, brother. Alright, but check this out. What's honorary about somebody knowing you killed a baby, knowing that you then raped a woman, knowing that you done stole from somebody, knowing that you done did something, and y'all boast about hitting licks, stealing from your own community. What is that, brother? Like, let's think about the overview. You looking at your little fishbowl. You struggle. You ain't had nothing growing up, bro. Go get a job, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to hire you. Bro, figure it out. We got to figure it out. We can't get to the point where we going and we taking from, you shouldn't be taken from nobody, but you going right to the community that's deprived the most and stealing from them. Then you looking at a brother, somebody took this from you and took that from you, but won't take nothing from your oppressor. Go to Britain, where Queen Elizabeth and all them was at, where they got all the artifacts and gold and silver. You wouldn't do that. Why? Because you know that on the spot, you gonna die. You know what I'm saying? That's something you would think about. You know what I'm saying? But this is just me being real. Like, like I said, again, this is not me trying to invoke or provoke no one to make a bad decision, but I'm just saying this is just the reality. This is how low in the base we done got, where we were free thought, just, hey, bro, I'm about to off, bro, he done did this, da-da-da. And we see death so rapid, shooting is so rapid, violence is so rapid amongst us, when it ain't no honor in that, my brother. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't. Now, again, snitching then got so dishonorable. But let's think about it in the old days when you had, let's just say, slavery. Slave master, what they call the house nigga, what they call the field nigga. The field niggas, one is planning to run away. The house nigga or somebody from the field goes and tell the master, hey, he trying to run. And then this man runs. The one from the field say, hey, I seen him run and I know where he went for an extra meal or to be able to stay in the master's house. Then people look at this man as dishonorable. But this same concept continues throughout our culture, but they find a way for it to get diluted. And now there's no principle to it no more. It's just don't snitch. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is not me getting up on here saying, go tell da. I'm just saying, like, change the whole movement up where this whole snitching thing can die anyway. That way, you ain't even got to have them type of issues. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, some of the problems we got, it ain't about even snitching. It's about just doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? That taking each other out, man, we got to stop. You know, I don't want the young brothers also to feel like that, hey, somebody just saying this problem that we see is your problem. It's not your problem. It's a problem that's been inherently given to us by our fathers, by our elders, by the generations before us. They created what they then passed to us. And this is how we cope. You know what I'm saying? And then let's zoom out to the bigger pictures. There's a lot of things that's happened in America, truthfully, just speaking. Unfortunately, that has affected and influenced the outcome and situations that our children have to grow up in. You know, it's truth. You are going to be a product of your environment. It is truth. You are going to be the product of your environment. You know what I'm saying? So if you in an environment that's you deprived of everything, you don't got no resources, the nature of taking, the nature of stealing, the nature of being in survival mode, like I was talking about in the other video about mental healing that men need to go through. Like, this stuff is real stuff, and we gotta acknowledge that. You know what I'm saying? But I want to know what y'all think about it. Leave some comments in the comment section. Subscribe. Share this with your people. Thank y'all for tapping in. It's your brother Zamar with Dead Damn Crowd Thinking. Hey man, y'all forever stay positive. You know what I'm saying? And let's, you know, and at the end of the day, like I said, this page that I got is about elevating the mind. You know, I am looking forward to doing some mentorships with groups of young men and women. So if there are any groups, anybody, churches, whatever, you know what I'm saying, we coming, just to give a different dynamic and viewpoint from the mind of a noble. We thank you. May y'all continue to be blessed and strengthened in the power of He that created all things, the Most High Yahuwah. I say Tudah. Rabbi, and that means thank you from my culture. But y'all be blessed. Tap in with your brother.